Good afternoon and welcome to NEWSBEAT Live on Metro TV. We are live on DSTV channel 277, live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana, also live at Metro TV News on Twitter, at Metro TV GH, on YouTube at Metro TV Ghana. This is the Kuya Bohima Studio, and I am Bryce Nanakwesi. Coming up in the next 60 minutes. Education Minister holds crunch meeting with management of Achimota School as he describes as shocking the decision by school's board of governors to appeal against ruling. Meanwhile, Ras Oswald in Krabia says he will take soon to the school. Appointment Committee of Parliament begins vetting of President's nominees for the positions of Ministers of State and 39 Deputy Ministers today. Rescue team working to save some Galamsey operators trapped in a pit at the Tenancy district of the Upper East region. In business, government makes an additional budgetary allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis to Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture to improve the sector. And on the international front, police in Uganda have released street camera footage of two men believed to be behind an assassination attempt on the country's transport minister. Thanks for joining us. And now first in the bulletin, the Education Minister, Dr. Osei Adichum, has described as surprising Achimota School Governing Board decision to appeal a court order directing the school to admit two Rastafarian students. The board, in a statement yesterday, said it disagrees with the ruling and has ordered the school's lawyers to appeal against the rulings. But speaking on Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana, the sector minister said his outfit has oversight over the school's board and will meet them today to resolve the impasse. There is more in the following report.
Barely 24 hours after the Human Rights Division of an Accra High Court ordered the Achimota School to admit two Rastafarian students wearing dreadlocks, the governing board of the school, in a statement, has said they disagree with the ruling and has ordered their lawyers to file an appeal. Portions of the statement read, the court ruled that the religious rights of the two applicants had been violated by the school's management as they sought to enforce the time-tested and well-known rules of the school. The court further directed the school to admit the two applicants. The school board disagrees with the ruling of the court. The school board has therefore directed the lawyers to appeal against the ruling.
So tomorrow, I'm meeting with the headmistress of Achimota together with the board chairman. I was very surprised. He cannot take that unilateral position.
That he wants to go back to court?
No. I'm waiting for the full briefing of the Attorney General, who I commend for going to court.
But speaking on Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana, the Minister for Education, Dr. Osei Adichum, described the board's move as surprising, adding he will meet the headmistress and the board to bring finality to the impasse. The Education Minister also said his ministry and the Ghana Education Service has oversight over governing boards of all senior high schools in the country.
I'm the Minister for Education.
Yes.
And there's a Director General of Ghana Education Service.
Professor Opoku Amankwa.
Yes. Boards of high schools are constituted by the Minister. Instructions for the running of the schools are provided by the Director General of Ghana Education Service.
Meanwhile, father of Ohineba Nkrabia, who is one of the Rastafarian students, says his son will go to school despite the governing board's decision to appeal against the ruling.
The Education Minister, Dr. Osei Odichum, has debunked claims that the 2020 West African Certificate Senior School Examination was fixed. Now, former running mate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, in an interview said the candidate of the WASSCE did not pass on merit as they were held by government. But speaking on Metro News Good Evening Ghana, the minister said the former Education Minister's statement was unfortunate.
Politicians are our worst enemies. When you see students being asked to go to school and write the exam in the midst of COVID-19, the most courageous group of people at the time in this country were those students and their parents who allowed them to go, because the president wanted to make sure that their future was not jeopardized, even in the midst of COVID-19. Then you hear politicians saying, we heard. You heard. Under you, as the Minister for Education, did you hear of leakages? Of course, she heard of leakages. Exams were cancelled under her watch. She heard. And then to even talk about lack of textbooks. If there were textbooks in the schools at the time we took over, we wouldn't have procured textbooks for 4 core textbooks for every student. We wouldn't have done procurement because the curriculum had not changed. There were no books in our secondary schools when we took over at the Ministry of Education. 4 core textbooks were procured for each student. If there were books, madam, why did we have to procure new textbooks when the curricula had not changed? Under her. And I want everybody listening to me to understand that this is not anything personal against her. I respect her. I'm going to speak to the facts. And the facts is what I'll speak to. She said, we heard. You are deflating the confidence of Ghanaians. When these young men and women went to take the exams and did so well, and be Nigeria, in terms of the top performing students category, we sit here and want to score some political points by saying we are better than the MPP in the handling of education. And even when the student did well, we are saying it's because of cheating. My brother, let me look at 2015. Under the watch of Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Honorable. In mathematics, for example, 23.9% of the students obtain A1 to C6. That is what you need to be able to go to the university.
So that's a pass.
23.9, A1 to C6, university entrance. And then another Danko Akufo-Addo, in the midst of COVID-19, these students courageously sit for the exams and obtain a score of 66.5%, almost 300%. And madam, the least you can do would be to commend the hard-working teachers and headmasters of this nation who supported these students and through thick or thin in the midst of COVID-19.
Away from that, the Member of Parliament for Asin North, Joe Jachi-Kwesen, has filed a complaint to the Chief Justice to change the judge sitting on his case. According to the MP, the judge, Justice Kwesi Boakye, has allegedly made comment which he deems as prejudicial to his case.
According to the Member of Parliament for Asin North, Joe Jachi-Kwesen, the Justice Kwesi Boakye had said Article 94, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution is applicable to his case as at the time the Member of Parliament filed his nomination. But the allegation was dismissed by the judge because the alleger, Abraham Amaleba, failed to provide an evidence that indeed the prejudicial comment was made on April 12, 2021. Lawyer for the Asin North MP, who was in court, reiterated his decision to withdraw from the case on the ticket that he would no longer be a party to the matter. He added, as the processes of the court demands, the MP must be served and notified for him to get a legal representation. The court, however, has ordered Abraham Amaleba to facilitate the service of the MP so the court processes could continue. Addressing the media, Sami Jemfi said a petition has been served to the Chief Justice to change the judge on the case.
The statements the presiding judge made in court that day showed that he had already taken a position even before counsel addressed him on that important issue. And so, because of the likelihood that there will be bias and that the first respondent will not have a fair hearing before this presiding judge, counsel made an oral application for the presiding judge to recuse himself, which he heard in chambers and turned down. Subsequently, the petitioner himself, the first respondent himself, has petitioned the Chief Justice of Ghana to appeal for him to intervene in the matter and ensure that the judge recuses himself, so that justice will not only be done, but justice will be seen to have been done in this matter at the end of it.
The case has been adjourned to June 8, 2021.
And now, the Editor-General of Inside newspaper, Kwesi Pratt, says it's unfortunate to see an ambulance which is to be used for its intended purpose, rather used in transporting cement. He also described the statement issued by the National Ambulance Service as flimsy. He calls on the authority to do a proper investigation into the matter, and corporates must be sanctioned. In agreement, the Member of Parliament for Subin constituency, Eugene Wachenchi, says it is unacceptable.
This. If the National Ambulance Service had not taken delivery of the vehicle, why was it registered in their name? If you look at the registration number, clearly it had been assigned to a government institution.
Yes, but there again, Kwesi, knowing how things are done in this town, I am not sure that is the National Ambulance Service that was engaged in the registration.
Well, but we need to know.
Yes.
Because on the face of the
facts, they were not
facts,
involved in the procurement, they will not be involved in the registration.
Okay. But on the face of the facts, the vehicle was registered, assigned to them.
As a government vehicle.
As a government vehicle. So how come that a vehicle which had minor faults, which they had rejected and so on, was registered in their name? I can't understand that. You understand? Then if you read the president's speech at the commissioning, it's emphatic about the number, how it was going to be distributed and so on. Does this really?
Then what happens 2 years on? 2 years is 48 months, right? So plus 4 is 52 months.
Yes.
To fix a minor problem.
Yes.
In a garage.
Yes. A minor problem on a brand new vehicle.
Yes. Yes. For 52 months.
Yes.
Calendar months.
No.
To fix.
It will be 28 months.
28. Why 28? If we take the
2 years. Okay. 28 months.
28 months.
Yes.
Right. So 28 plus 4.
24 plus 4.
24 plus 4 to 28 months.
Yes.
Sorry, thank you. Thank you for that. 24 months to fix a minor problem in a garage, a local garage. And the man should come again. I mean, that's what I've got to say. It's not good enough.
So how many...
You are still watching NEWSBEAT live on Metro TV. A quick 10, we'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
As a mother and wife, my priority is making sure my family is protected at all times. That is why I never forget to give my angel a Flora disposable handkerchief to keep germs and sweat at bay. When hubby is out in the fields, I'm rest assured of Flora coming in handy anytime he needs it. Even when my daughter-in-law is out late, I am confident Flora disposable handkerchief will be close enough to save the moment. Flora disposable handkerchiefs are my go-to disposable handkerchiefs any day, anytime, and everywhere. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is affordable and handy. Flora, better than cloth handkerchiefs. Flora is a product of Delta Paper Mill Limited. For inquiries and bulk purchases, call 0243 033 033.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah. Always drink fresh, natural eggs, mineral water.
You still got it. Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Welcome back. And now, many feared dead after an illegal mining pit collapsed on them at Beni in the Telensi district of the Upper East region. Now, the illegal miners were said to have been mining Monday night when the disaster struck. According to District Chief Executive Officer for the Telensi district, Dr. Christopher Bootbill, a rescue team has been on the site to drain water in the pit to recover the bodies. The district police command has been speaking to Metro News.
The issue about the missing person at the mining site at the Bani, a particular place of Moabok mining site, where some persons are alleged to have been missing. The fact is that the police in Tongo received information on Monday, May 31st, 2021, at about 10 p.m. to the effect that some miners are believed to have been washed away by heavy downpour. We realized that there was a very heavy downpour on 31st May, and we had the complaint that some people had gone into mining at the Moabok site, and the time that they were expected to be there, there was a very heavy downpour. And since then, some of them have not come out from their workplace. What we cannot say as of now is that whether these people have been trapped, because we are still looking for these people. For us, as police embarking on an investigation, we can now declare them as missing persons until we are able to retrieve the bodies, suspected bodies, I must say. Then we can get the real status for them as at now. But for now, we are treating it as a missing persons case.
We are now joined by our Upper East Regional Correspondent, Francis Daban, for more on this. So what more can you report?
Yes, I can confirm that an event has happened where some mining in the what do you call it, the Bani mining area have been trapped underground. According to eyewitnesses, they are speculating, maybe reasonably, that the incident happened as a result of a poorly constructed culvert by the Shangzi Mining Ghana Limited. They are saying that they are pointing accusing fingers at that particular mine, and they are saying that because the culvert has been poorly constructed, pulling heavy downpour, I think yesterday as of 6 o'clock, the culvert was submerged by water oozing through the pits of the illegal miners. So for now, 7 people, I am told, have been trapped. They are yet to bring some pumping machines to drain the water, so they will bring the bodies out. For now, I can't confirm whether one is dead or not, but I understand 7 of them have been trapped in the pits.
All right, Francis, so you just mentioned that 7 people have been trapped, but how many of these people have been rescued by the team?
Yes, for now, no one has been rescued yet. There were 2 people who were going into the pit, and they realized that there was heavy downpour, the water was oozing through the pit. Then they quickly ran out. But the rest of the 7, they are still, for now, they are still trapped.
All right, Francis, thank you for your time with us here on NEWSBEAT.
Let's I forget.
Go on.
Yeah, there's an indication by the Upper East Regional Police Command that they will be meeting the threat later in the day, and whatever comes out of that meeting will keep the public up to speed. Meanwhile, the police are there in their numbers to assess the situation.
All right, Francis, thank you for your time here with us on NEWSBEAT. All right, so away from that, on to other stories where the paramount chief of the Nangodi traditional area in the Napdam district of the Upper East region, Naba Kusum Saga II, has challenged residents to rally behind project aimed at transforming the fortunes of the region. The paramount chief bemoaned the increasing levels of unemployment, lack of quality healthcare, poor educational system, among others. He made the clarion call as he marked his 10-year anniversary as the paramount chief of the area.
Celebrants heaped praises on Nabaya Zoya II for playing an instrumental role in the socio-economic progress of the district. A former appointee in the Eswal John Mahama-led administration, Mohammed Limona Muniru, highlighted some of the successes chalked by the paramount chief.
And congratulations to you. It says your 10 years of leadership has been a leadership of integrity and service to your people. Why is he saying so? At least he can remember a few things that you chalked during your reign as the chief of Nangodi. One that you just mentioned, you were very instrumental in getting Napdam to be carved out as a district, and now we are all enjoying the benefits of Napdam.
Nabaya Zoya pledged to do more.
As a vessel to help restore the glory of Nabruk and to provide divine, outstanding leadership for a great and prosperous Napdam state with significant impact on our region, the Upper East region, which I dream of to become the Nara region one day, and also to impact on Ghana as a whole.
On his part, the Upper East Regional Chairman of the governing New Patriotic Party and law practitioner Anthony Namu called on the chiefs and other dignitaries to support government's efforts towards development.
We wish you very well. You have seen the developmental projects that the party has come. Gone are the days when from Nangodi Forest to Asonge it was full of dust. Fortunately, when this party came to power, the dust is now a thing of the past in the Napdam area, because the road is now well asphalted, and then you can see the delegation from Accra, Honorable Limuna and his delegation. You've seen that there's no more dust, and you came here nicely. It is on this note that we believe that together with you,
the 10-year anniversary, which was marked under the theme celebrating a decade of God's own leadership of the land in Nabrug, saw in attendance President of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiawa Hoya Ojebi, and the second Vice Chairman of the NBC, Chief Sofo Azoka, amongst others.
Let's now go back to earlier story where an Accra High Court has ordered the Achimota School to admit 2 Rastafarian students. As managing editor of the Inside newspaper, Kwesi Pratt Jr. has questioned the stance taken by the Achimota Secondary School with regards to the court ruling that school should admit the 2 Rastafarian students who were earlier rejected. On Metro TV's Good Morning Ghana today, Pratt questioned how the hair locks of a student becomes an impediment for other students. In the same vein, Member of Parliament for Subin constituency, Eugene Boache Enchi, even though agreed with Kwesi Pratt, still questioned the reason for the ruling.
And we are not asking for uniformity when it comes to regulations governing the conduct of schools. There ought to be uniformity there too. You understand? And that uniformity ought to be achieved taking into consideration the law of the land. And the fundamental law of the land is the Constitution. Okay? To tell you the truth, I'm exceedingly happy about the courage of this High Court judge. I mean, this courage is remarkable. The courage, just to stand up, in defense of minority rights, I think is extraordinary, and it must be commended. However, I have no problems whatsoever with the decision of the governing board of Achimota School to appeal. That is also their right. If the Rastafarian Council and others have a right to go to court to seek the declaration that they sought, then the governing council of Achimota School also ought to have the right to appeal against it.
I'm conflicted in the sense that there are mission schools, right? And these machine schools, like you rightly said, have the board of governors or what have you, who come up, who ensure that the rules are adhered to and followed to the letter, right? There are the Sardels, the Pukuaris, the Presex, the Wesley Girls, the Holy Charles, and what have you. These are machine schools. So when you go
And now, the Appointments Committee of Parliament has begun the vetting of the President's nominees for the positions of Ministers of State and 39 Deputy Ministers. Now, the scheduled public hearing, which will end on Tuesday, June 15, will begin at 10 a.m. each day. The nominees are expected to demonstrate their readiness to serve the nation. And currently, before the Appointment Committee is Deputy Minister of Finance designate Charles Edu Buhain. Let's cross over to Parliament for more.
Mr. Chairman, revenue mobilization is something that we are aggressively pursuing, and we believe that with digitalization, national ID rollout, we will be able to expand the tax net. However, in the short term, we urgently needed to identify some revenue source to be able to at least roll out the vaccine to get people back to work and people protected. The only other alternative in the short term was to borrow more. And given heightened debt levels, we thought that we needed to find another way to raise the revenue to pay for these vaccines, to be able to make sure that everybody got vaccinated and we could resume, or lives could get back to normal. It was a tough decision, and one that really was one that we struggled to do. And in fact, that is why we also found ways that we thought we could give some tax breaks to some specific sectors of the economy that had been adversely hit, and provide some tax breaks to those areas, including transportation, hospitality, to help try and balance the burden a little bit and alleviate the suffering.
That's a follow-up to your answer, please. How much are we paying for the vaccines?
For what?
The vaccines.
The projection is to be able to vaccinate a total of 70% of the population. If you put the population at 30 million, that means about 21 million people. On average, depending on which vaccine it is that you buy, if we even average $10 per shot, then $20 would be, so you have $20 times 21 million. I think that's about $400 million.
Thank you, Mr. Nominee. My last question is about the African Continental Trade Area. What are the strategies
that the Finance Ministry has to enable Ghanaian companies compete effectively within this area? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, maybe I should have listened to the Trade Minister a little more, but I'm not up to speed on the strategies that we have to attract, to take advantage of this act. What I do know is that it is a really exceptional opportunity. It really creates a big open market across Africa of a lot of people, and I think Africa is a growing market, and it will allow us, if we can trade amongst ourselves, we'll be able to retain more of the value and wealth creation here on our continent.
Mr. Omni, it's a follow-up, Mr. Chairman. Shouldn't the Finance Ministry by now be considering whether we can get some reduction in the interest rate regime so that Ghanaian companies can borrow, have access to funds? And that shouldn't be the mandate of maybe the Trade Ministry and the Finance Ministry should be talking by now about what each of you can do to help the Ghanaian businesses and companies.
I see. I didn't know that's what you're alluding to. We actually, rates have come. The monetary policy rate was just reduced by 100 basis points. We've also set up a guarantee scheme with the banks so that the banks can give soft loans to companies, especially companies that were in specific sectors.
That is a live feed from Parliament as the Deputy Minister designate for Finance, Charles Edubuahin, faces the appointment committee. Up next is business. My colleague Kenneth Jesse is on standby with more.
Well, hi, Bright. In business today, we'll be talking about mobile money transactions and more. Stay with us. Hello again. Now, the total value of mobile money transactions in Ghana increased by more than 150% between April 2020 and April 2021. This is according to the Bank of Ghana's May 2021 Economic Summary of Financial and Economic Data.
The surge showed a jump from 32.8 billion Ghana cedis in April 2020 to 83.8 billion Ghana cedis in April 2021. Despite this, the value of transactions from March to April 2021 only witnessed a marginal increase of about 2%, with a few periods of reduction over the past 12 months. In April 2020, the total number of mobile money transactions increased by 77% from 180 million Ghana cedis to 323 million Ghana cedis in the same period for 2021. But on a monthly basis, the total volume of transactions witnessed a 3% decrease from 336 million Ghana cedis in March to 323 million Ghana cedis in April.
Now, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Awal, has assured of government's commitment to train professionals for Ghana's tourism and hospitality industry. Dr. Awal has set a $5 billion revenue target for the year 2020. Now, the minister has also set up a technical committee to review and update the curriculum for the Hotel, Catering and Tourism Training Institute.
The new campaign, which builds on the current
Research currently shows that the principles underpinning the establishment of the Hotel, Catering and Tourism Training Institute has been eroded due to the loss of focus in the training of students, lack of qualified personnel, poor curriculum content of the institute, as well as poor teaching materials, equipment and learning environment. The overall objective of the committee is to review and update the existing curriculum, development of a sustainable tourism strategy and action plan for the institute capable of addressing modern and global sustainability trends taking place in Ghana's tourism and hospitality industry.
The year 2019, we launched the Year of Return. We had 1.1 million people visiting Ghana. A grievous $3.3 billion. We want to do the Beyond the Return. Because of COVID, 2020, we couldn't do it much. The figures fell. But we think that the vaccination coming up and most borders being open, GTA, for that matter, ministry can do much better. What you are doing is going to be part of the assets that will help us to achieve this drive. Please put all the seriousness in it. It's not a part-time thing. Regular, serious meetings.
The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture is collaborating with the United Nations and Environment Programme to promote sustainable consumption and production patterns in the tourism value and supply chain, which is crucial to increasing the growth and transformation of the sector and its linkage with other sectors of the economy.
Coordinate and supervise the review and update of the existing curriculum for the Hotel, Catering and Tourism Training Institute, HOTCAT, to reflect the modern-day trends of sustainability. 2. Coordinate and supervise the development of a training manual for HOTCAT. 3. Coordinate and supervise the development of a sustainable tourism strategy and action plan for HOTCAT. 4. Supervise the activities of the consultants that we already have. Participate in all stakeholder consultations and validation meetings and ensure that deadlines are met in the delivery and submission of reports to United Nations Environmental Programme. It's very important for us.
Some of the key recommendations of the technical committee, which needs immediate implementation, include the need for a reviewed and updated curriculum for institute, retraining of instructors, lecturers, and establishment of a strategic plan to guide the institute.
Now, government has made an additional budgetary allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Arts, Tourism and Culture to carry out several initiatives aimed at improving accessibility to tourism, market branding and promotion strategy, and reducing higher cost of doing business in the sector. Minister of Foreign Affairs Shirley Ayoko-Botre made the revelation on behalf of President Akufo-Addo during the launch of a new campaign dubbed Experience Ghana, Share Ghana to stimulate domestic and regional tourism.
The new campaign, which builds on the current See, Eat, Wear, Feel Ghana, is intended to accelerate the pace of tourism through a renewed focus on both domestic and visitations from the West African region. The launch of the campaign saw key industry players including the tourism trade associations, media, diplomats, public officials, entertainment celebrities, and several other public figures in attendance. Also in attendance were the Ministers of Roads and Highways, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, and Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, who Tourism, Art and Culture Minister Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Awal said are partners in developing and growing Ghana's tourism.
Tourism is a cross-sectional activity. It's not handled by only one ministry. For something to succeed, we need a plethora of ministries to work. The presence of Foreign Minister, Roads Minister, and Tourism Minister is not a mistake. It's a deliberate thing to show that together, we want to make tourism succeed. Whilst Foreign Minister sells Ghana abroad, Roads Minister has agreed to fix roads leading to tourist sites.
He added that government will also promote educational tourism, where schools can go around the country, business tourism, where private and public institutions will travel to see the country, and religious tourism, where religious bodies.
My name is Kenneth Jesse. Bright is standing by for the rest of the news. Bright.
Thank you. Still watching this live on Metro TV. A quick turn back with more. Stay with us.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
News reporting does not end because the day is over. Anytime the news breaks, it is our duty as journalists to report it in a timely and accurate manner. It is also our responsibility to seek answers to the lingering question on the minds of the audience to hopefully bring closure to an unfolding story.
Address me on the parameters of this invitation.
Mr. Speaker, you owe me. I don't want to ever disrespect you, but if you invite me, I will.
Let's interrogate the facts behind the issue, speak to the newsmakers, present the relevant facts in a way that tells the full story. Newsline, an in-depth probe into the news headlines. The news never sleeps. My name is Moro Awudu. Join me from Monday to Friday at 10:30 p.m. on Metro TV for Newsline.
Welcome back. It's still NEWSBEAT Live on Metro TV. Up next to sports with Nana Yao Opoku.
Thank you very much, Bright. I'm Nana Yao Opoku. Time now to get you posted on what's trending in the world of sports. Now into our very first. Right on to our very first story. Now, Black Stars head coach Siki Akono has called up Lawrence Atizigi, Joel Fameye, and Moro Salifu for next week's international friendlies against Morocco and Ivory Coast. The trio, who were originally not part of the team, are in Cape Coast training with the rest of the squad for the international matches scheduled for June 8 and June 12, respectively. Atizigi, who had a brilliant season with St. Gallen in the Swiss Super League, comes in to replace Richard Ufori. Fameye, and a former player of Asukwa Deportivo, scored 12 goals and made 5 assists for FC Orenburg in their quick promotion to the Russian Premier League. Bechem United's Moro Salifu has been in and out of the team, and he missed out on the final squad for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers in March this year. The team will continue their preparation at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium on Wednesday afternoon. All right, still staying with the national team football. Now, the Black Meteors have departed Accra for Tokyo, Japan, for international friendly games against the Olympic team of Japan and South Korea. Coach Samuel Pakwesi Fabian Size have been training at the Ghanaman Center of Excellence in Pram for the past 2 weeks ahead of the matches. Ghana failed to qualify for the quadrennial games, but will use the test matches to prepare for the next African Games scheduled for Accra in 2023. The Black Meteors will take on Japan in 2 friendly matches scheduled for June 4 and 8 in Tokyo before traveling to South Korea to play on June 12 and 15, 2021. Japan and South Korea will use the 2 games to test their readiness for the Olympic Games football competition. Now, away from the national team, now the paramount chief of Agogo Traditional Council, Nana Ekwoku Sapon, has endorsed the One Constituency, One AstroTurf project by Wembley Sports Construction Company Limited.
The recommendations after Ghana Gas cut sword for the construction of an ultramodern facility in Agogo. The paramount chief believes the project will further help in identifying and development of young talent into global icons.
Your co-sponsor, now all the so-called great nations, Cuba, small nations in the islands, one your one team, in the athletics, one West Africa, as slaves, and they don't call it West Indies. So all the people from there come from West Africa. It will mean that we have the talents here. And see to me, I athletics in here. You bet me on any part. Women with me dominate athletics. Enti ende. So ohine nana. Wadi animu. I'm here but sports stadium we are. Nature said we are going to build human capacity.
The project, funded by Ghana Gas, would have a FIFA standard pitch, floodlights, spectator stands, fencing, and other facilities. Director of Communications at Ghana Gas, Ernest Owusu-Bempah, explains the reasons for the provision of the ultra-modern synthetic pitch.
And I think that this project is going to help unearth a lot of talents for Asante Achim, and we hope that we're going to maintain it and make it one of the best facilities that will give Ghana great sports athletes who is going to help help Ghana go forward.
Honorable Otibuatin, Municipal Chief Executive for the Asante Achim North Municipal Assembly, pledged maximum support for the project.
I'm very much impressed about this project. It's one of the wonderful projects that we have been expecting in the district for such a long time. In fact, we've tried to bring such a project to Agu, but it was so difficult for us. But I thank my brother, Honorable Owusu-Bempah, for spearheading such a wonderful project in the district. And I can assure you that as a DC, what I have to do to make this project a success, we'll do that. I'm going to engage my engineers to supervise me myself. I'll do my best to supervise the project so that this project becomes a reality. And I'm assuring the contractor that whatever assistance that he needs, he contact me and I'm there for him.
This is a similar project constructed by Wembley Sports Complex and financed by Ghana Gas at Ghana, and the project in Agogo would have similar look upon completion.
All right, away from the local scene now, let's move to Catalonia, where Eric Garcia will join back. The 20-year-old will sign a contract until the end of the... Right, so now let's hear from Barcelona's new defender, Eric Garcia.
Extremely happy to be here.
All right, away from football, let's do some NBA highlights here.
Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics trying to hang on down 3-1 in their first-round series against the Brooklyn Nets, and Kyrie Irving and the rest of their big three. Kyrie Irving starting off nice. Durant laying it in, then it's Kyrie Irving dribbling inside for a reverse lay-in. Then it's Harden driving down the lane, and this is not step back anything. This is step up and bring the thunder. Harden 18.7 rebounds, 9 assists in the first half. Brooklyn up 51-42 at that point. And Brooklyn's lead now double figures, up 66-54. Jason Tatum hits the jumper to beat the buzzer at the end of the third. Then off a Bruce Brown steal, Kyrie Irving with a pull-up three. That's cash. He had 25 points in the game. Then it's James Harden hitting the three-pointer, triple-double in the game. Brooklyn up by 15. Kevin Durant with the three, and the exclamation mark ends the
Standing by with entertainment news. Shatawali. And it's time for entertainment here on NEWSBEAT. My name is Desmond. A story from actually Shatawale. He got into some trouble. I'll give you the details in that. And also Ed Sheeran becomes the new face of TikTok. The details soon. All right, so dancer artist Shatawale has apologized to some road contractors he got into an altercation with on Monday. And in a video, the artist apologized to the engineer at the site, Kennedy Aqua, and his workers, saying it was unfortunate the incident turned sour, thus he should be forgiven. He further asked bloggers to desist from spreading false rumors about him, saying he had paid 4 million cedis to a contractor.
Well, as you all know, and I believe that some news circulating around me and having fights with some contractors, and like I'd say, the man in question is my dad, is my friend, this is somebody that I always wanted to meet, but it's so unfortunate, things had to happen this way. But I also want to say sorry to Kennedy, for everything that happened. I believe you also find a place in his heart to forgive me, because it's Ghana and we are one people. That's how we need to live. And anything that has happened, I believe God takes care of the rest of it. So all the bloggers that are saying I'm giving some contractor 4 million Ghana cedi, I believe you guys should really stop circulating, false news. And I'm not giving nobody 4 million Ghana cedi or $4 million. I just want us to, live in peace and live in harmony. And I thank everybody, and anybody that I've hurt, I just want to say I'm sorry. And that's it.
And that was Shatawale apologizing for the assault. Then now let's move abroad and talk about Ed Sheeran. The award-winning pop singer and songwriter Ed Sheeran has signed a big money deal with viral video sharing application TikTok and is set to become the face of the company. The Shape of You singer, aged 30, became a hit over the weekend with his recreated video of the routine from Friends along with Courtney Cox. Now, reports revealed that the singer has already begun filming with TikTok in London and will also be rubbing shoulders with a number of hot shots along the process. A source disclosed that it is a huge coup to get someone as big as Ed on board, and everyone is really excited about the end result. And that's it for entertainment here on NewsBeat. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So up next is international news.
And now on the international front, police in Uganda have released street camera footage of 2 men believed to be behind an assassination attempt on the country's transport minister. General Katumba Wamala's vehicle was sprayed with bullets by gunmen on motorcycles, killing his daughter and driver. The minister was injured. It is thought he had been followed by distance before Tuesday's attack. The CCTV footage shows 4 men on 2 motorbikes. One of them is wearing a blue striped T-shirt and is straightening the bike as it rides off. One of the vehicles makes a U-turn not far from the scene of the attack before disappearing into a fueling station. None of the faces are clearly identifiable. A joint police, army and military intelligence team is investigating the shooting. And that's it for the news here this afternoon. At exactly 2 p.m. here on Metro TV, Francisca Kakra-Forsen will be having a conversation with the NDC, represented in house by Alhaji Haruna Rashid Ibrahim, the National Director of Research and also for the NDC. We'll be looking a look at EC reject NDC's proposed electoral reforms. Accra High Court orders Achimota to admit Rasta students and Data Bank, Black Star Brokerage and Ghana Commercial Loans Finance Minister's alleged involvement, all here on Good Afternoon Ghana at 2 p.m. And that's it. I am Bryce and Akwesi live from my studio here at Ridge in Accra. This is the Queer Boy Master Studio, and this has been NewsBeat. Have a good afternoon.